So the topic of the day, Kickstarter's biggest show somehow got even messier. And no, they're not talking about monkeys flinging, they're talking about the coolest cooler.
You know, this article that we're referring to here is really right to the heart of this thing. A decidedly not chill development for 36,000 Kickstarter backers of the coolest cooler. Coolest, I don't think, is probably the way to describe it at the moment. Not for the 36,000 backers who never got their cooler. The article talks about Coolest saying, sorry, we messed up. We can't really build what we said we could for the amount of money that we said we could. So those people who paid $165 to $220 for their coolest cooler, which seemed like a real bargain given all the different technology and components. Very cool design.
Didn't this thing have like a blender
but
in it?
It's got a blender, it's got a charger. This thing does everything but take you to the park. They just found out that now there's a consideration being discussed, not final yet, according to the article, that they might have to cough up another $97 in order to get their coolest cooler. And what Coolest has done is they've said, we're gonna sell the stock we have on Amazon for $3.99, which is what it really needs to be sold for in order to make money, I guess, in order to be able to ship. But they're sold their first 20,000 of those coolers and still haven't fulfilled, according to the article, 36,000 backer purchase coolers because those people didn't pay enough money. I'm not sure what happened to the $13 million they raised because they don't really talk about that, but it is pretty clear that they really didn't have this thing figured out the way they represented it in the campaign. It was a great campaign, no question about it. Very entertaining video, very good idea for many people who camp and go to tailgating parties and all the rest of it. It absolutely seemed like the dream machine.
It serves as a benchmark for so many campaigns. When we hear people comparing, like, hey, can you help make me like Coolest? And I don't know if you want to be like Coolest right now.
No, and I think, you know, even the Coolest people are feeling the heat, not the cool, because they're getting some pretty nasty threats and comments from people who backed this campaign loyally and supported them, and they're not at all happy that they've been delayed, and now they're potentially being asked to cough up more money to get this when they were very loyal people in the beginning. What they're saying in this article as well is that they may need to sell as many as 144,000 coolers at full retail price before they could actually come up with what they need in order to finish shipping those 36,000 backers.
Am I reading this right? You can call it a cluster or whatever, but it's a Kickstarter.
This is a quote. You can call it a cluster or whatever, but it's a Kickstarter. It's not an online store. It's a cooler. It's a party cooler. The threats are egregious and it turns my stomach. That's the marketing person for Coolest. Not a great way to end that article. I think it's something she wished she never said.
I think she wished she never said, but I'll play devil's advocate for a moment and say, should people be making such a big deal over $200? You be the judge. Would you be pissed off if you put $200 into something and never got anything in return? I know I would be.
Especially given that I probably have told a lot of my friends and family that I made a smart buy and a great decision, and I got it before anybody else did, and I got it on Kickstarter.
Good point. Good
that
point.
would piss me off.
Good point.
Thanks for watching our show. We'll see you again next week. Got a great show coming up next week. You're going to love it.